so here we are. We haven't done a video for a while, so we're...
We haven't, hi,
no,
how you doing?
We've been really busy, haven't we? So
we've been so busy.
We're going to do a really quick, rough video and see how it turns out.
Yeah, literally, I'd already started cooking and Andrew said, come on, let's film this.
Come on.
So, we're making a shepherd's pie.
Yes.
So, what's going on in here is I've got a large banana shallot, a leek, a carrot, half an aubergine, just because it needed using up. And then I've got some rosemary and a couple of bay leaves from the garden. In this little pan, I'm boiling up some lentils, some like brown lentils. So this is going to be half and half lentils and veggie mince. Okay. Put these down for the next few minutes. And then I'm going to add in some stock. And I'm going to add in my lentils in a few minutes.
And when you're doing your client, I have to...
You're peeling potatoes,
peeling
baby.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Fun for me.
I love it. You're so good at it. I'll get them all ready for you. Here
Thank you. Oh, cheers, baby. For me, it looks quite colourful already, doesn't it? And that's all juicing down really nicely, isn't it? Looks,
Yeah.
Nice to eat as it is, baby.
Should we just have this for dinner?
Yeah,
That's
we
it.
should,
Forget about all the rest of the work.
Video over.
Yeah, done. Okay, so I'm just going to add some stock now for my lovely little wartime pot. I've got these Callow organic vegetable stock cubes. I'm going to whack 2 in. And then I've just had the kettle boiling, so...
Just straight in there, no messing about.
Straight in, it can combine in the dish. I might need to put some more water in a minute, but I'll just let that become stock first. And another thing I like to use as a flavouring, so my dad, when he made shepherd's pie, would always use Worcestershire sauce, and it's not vegan, it's got anchovies in, but this Henderson's, this is a vegan, very similar version, so I'm just going to whack some Henderson's relish in,
Whack it in there.
a nice splash of that, top tip. I think that's just from Tesco's or Sainsbury's or something. Okay, so I'm just going to let this cook down, and now I'm going to add in my veggie mince. Because I've got half lentils, I'll probably add about half a pack of this. Using lentils, it just makes it cheaper. Lentils are cheaper than the veggie mince, and they're like really low in fat, high in protein. I mean, this is also pretty low in fat and high in protein as well, but sometimes it's quite nice just to have like a mix of the both. Okay, so I'm just going to add my lentils in now. These have just been boiling for about 10 minutes or so. They need more cooking than that, but they will continue cooking up in the rest of this. So we've got obviously the veggies in there, carrot, leek, shallots, mushroom, aubergine, carrot, already said carrot, the herbs. I've added some 2 stock cubes and some Henderson's relish, and the lentils and the veggie mince. So that's basically most of the ingredients. I am going to add in some peas and some gravy granules right there at the end.
I'm all the way up here.
Hello! But for the time being, I'm just going to turn that down and let that simmer. I'll pop a lid on it actually, and I'm just going to simmer this down for probably 20-30 minutes.
Okay.
Whilst Andrew peels the potatoes.
Yeah, can't wait.
Okay, so it's had about 20 minutes since we did the last segment, and this is all cooked down really nicely. Everything's sort of thoroughly cooked through. So just to finish this segment off, I'm just going to add in some frozen peas. Now these don't really take much cooking at all, plus this is going in the oven, remember, so I just add these in now. If they cook too much in the pan with everything else, they can sometimes lose a bit of colour and go a bit too mushy.
Yeah.
Exactly, so just stir that through. And then some gravy granules. So I'm just using the vegan Bisto Best onion gravy, which is my favourite. So just going to add a nice little shaky shake of that. So that is coming together nicely. And now I'm just going to, I've just put the pan of potatoes on to bring to the boil, but I always like to finish this section first, and I'll tell you the reason why. This will go in the oven dish on the base. I like it to have cooled down a bit before you add the mash on top. And the reason is, if they're both hot together, I'm just pulling out my herbs. If they're both hot together, the 2 can combine a little bit, and we want them
Well,
to
you get brown mash.
Exactly, and the way that you prevent that is by letting the kind of the base layer cool slightly. So I'm just going to pop this in my dish. I've got another smaller dish here because I feel like I may need to do it in 2. Yeah, I'm going to do this smaller one as well. Oh, it does smell nice, doesn't it? Right, so we'll wash the pan up. We'll wait for these, obviously, potatoes. They need to come to the boil, simmer for about 20 minutes, and then we'll mash them and put them on the top. And by the time that's all happened, this should be nicely kind of, doesn't need to be completely cold. You just don't want it to be steaming hot. So it'll be nicely probably cooled down to more or less room temperature by that point. And then we can whack the mash on top. All right. Okay, so the mash has been mashed. This has been cooling, so let's put it all together. So what I kind of like to do is just sort of dollop it over first, so we've got an even distribution of what we have available to us. You don't want to pile it up in one end and then find you a bit thin on the ground for the other end. I mean, let's face it, this isn't rocket science. I'm sure most people watching this have made shepherd's pie at least once in their life or something similar to this and can understand. So I'm just going to grab coming round, just grabbing a little fork just to, so it's been kind of plonked around nicely. Then I'm just going to use the back of my fork just to, you know, fill in the gaps really. I feel like we could have done with some more potatoes. Andrew, you were in charge of potatoes.
Well,
what happened?
I peeled the whole goddamn bunch of the potatoes. So,
I didn't know potatoes came.
I did everything I could.
You did everything right, baby. I probably just didn't provide you with enough potatoes. I reckon we could have done with 2 or 3 more potatoes.
I think it'd be good.
But it's okay.
Because,
look, it's covering. It's fine.
Well, Gordon Ramsay says when you do something like this sort of thing, when you put a mashed potato on top, it should be 2/3 of the filling and then 1/3 of mashed potato on top.
So
yeah.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
What do you think of my shepherd's pie?
Well, I think you're bloody
amazing.
No. I'm sure you'd had some choice words.
We're just going to add a little, I don't have much left, a little bit of graty. Cathedral City vegan, of course, plant-based Cathedral City. I probably would have a bit more of this, but we don't have any more. So if I did have some more, I would add some more. Zoe?
I've got cheese.
Did you get grated cheese?
Yes.
Someone's got cheese.
We've got grated cheese.
Look in my fridge.
How fortuitous. Don't you love it when your kids are old enough to go to the supermarket all by themselves of their own free will?
And when they've got ID and they can get you a bottle of wine as well.
That's always useful.
It's bloody handy. Saves writing the note, doesn't it? So
I don't think shops take notes anymore.
No, they do. I remember being a little kid and my nan would give me a note to go down to the local corner shop and I'd get her 20 king-size Super Kings black cigarettes.
And they probably cost about £1.
Well, they knew me, and they'd serve me the cigarettes. I was like 7 years old or something.
And that's just how it works. Right, so it is done. They're going in the oven now. About 20 minutes should do it, I reckon. Like that. Both on the top shelf, lovely jubbly. We will catch up with you when it's all ready. I reckon it's ready. So let's get it out. Beautiful. So as you can see, it's crisped up nicely on the top. Still bubbling up. It's going to be super hot. So let's dish up a nice portion. As you know, we have a house full of people, so this will not. We might have some leftovers for our lunch tomorrow, but it may well get eaten this evening. We just don't know at this stage. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Do you want to have a little taste test, Andrew?
Well, I don't know if I should dare because it's piping hot at the moment, isn't it?
Well, in that case, we won't have a taste test, but I can just reassure you.
Well, we can have a taste test in a minute and we can come back to you.
Oh, it's absolutely delicious. We've had this recipe previously many times. I mean, you can tell it's going to be delicious, can't you? I know, sorry, the bowl doesn't look that aesthetic with that bit there. Hang on. Oh. Taste the rosemary coming through. It's yummy. Nice saucy sauce. Nice smooth mash with a crisp topping. It's going to be good.
I think it is.
Yeah.
We just need to let it cool down for a bit.
We can blow it. Do you want to have a little taste?
Well, okay.
There you go. I'll get you a bit. Ready?
No, sort of, yeah. Let's swap around.
Okay, Andrew, it's all on you.
Okay.
Taste test, here we come. What's the verdict?
It's really good. I
Ooh.
mean, we knew it was, but yeah, you got the texture, you got the crispy texture on top.
Yeah,
Because you know I'm into my textures and stuff.
yeah.
I think there's just enough mashed potato.
You think it's the correct quantity? Wow, you were right. And so was Gordon Ramsay.
And then when you get into the base, it's really kind of, I don't know, I know it's a vegan dish, but it's really meaty. Do you know what I mean?
So we've succeeded.
I think
Yet
so.
another successful vegan dinner. Right, I'm Aunt Marvin. So let's sign off for tonight and have our din-dins.
That's really good. Oh, now I've had a little go at it, I can feel the mustard coming through.
Oh.
You put the mustard in the mashed
I
potatoes.
put mustard in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers in that. It's a good dinner, baby. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well done.
Alrighty.